Boundaries at home, a key to workplace success. This is the eighth episode of the series segment Transformative Personal Experience. Have you ever felt like the chaos at home sneaks into your work life? Like unresolved issues or blurred boundaries at home sabotage your focus and performance? But what if a boundary at home could actually strengthen your ability to perform at work? So, my dear friends, let's talk about it. In this episode, we will dive into the often overlooked connection between personal boundaries at home and their direct impact on professional life. We will explore actionable strategies and real life anecdotes that help you see how your boundary environments shape your productivity, focus, and overall job satisfaction. So, my dear friends, join me in this mission as we unpack how creating healthy boundaries can lead to greater success at home and in your career. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to your Best for a Better You, your special forces unit for breakthrough living, where we decode the DNA of excellence to help you dominate personal growth. I am Scarlett Marcel Vantedesia, and today's mission is deeply personal and reflective. We are diving into a topic that resonates with anyone trying to juggle home and work responsibilities. How the boundaries we set or fail to set at home ripple into our workplace, impacting professional success, productivity, focus, and overall well being. Through my own transformative experiences, I will share how clarity, resilience, and intentional boundary setting turn chaos into opportunities for growth. Whether you are a professional, an entrepreneur, or a parent, this episode is for you. What you will learn? Well, number one, the profound connection between home boundaries and workplace performance. Number two, practical strategies for setting boundaries that align with your values and core responsibilities. Number three, why clarity is your most powerful tool for balancing personal and professional life. So, my dear friends, are you ready? So, let's dive in. Here is the thing. Boundaries at home are not just about managing relationships. They are about clarity, values, and self respect. Let me share two personal experiences that shape my understanding of this. And I call this one the cost of weak boundaries at home. I will start with a story that deeply impacted my perspective on boundaries. The first story is not my own, but one I witnessed that left a deep impression. A few months ago, while solving a legal issue that I haven't solved yet, I met a brilliant legal expert whose knowledge was invaluable. He could have turned the case in my favor, I'm sure. But despite his expertise, he couldn't fully help me. Not because of his skills, but because of a boundary issue at home. His wife strongly opposed him taking on my case. And this wasn't an isolated incident. He admitted to losing job opportunities and growth prospects because of her interference. The frustration in his voice struck me. She doesn't let me grow, but she also complains that I am not achieving enough. I knew later that this pattern has cost him numerous opportunities. This man had the tools and the talent, but no boundaries to protect his own growth. Imagine how different his career and his life could have been if he knew his strengths, weaknesses, and had set intentional boundaries. This situation taught me something crucial. No matter how skilled or capable you are, unresolved boundaries issues at home can sabotage your success. This wasn't just about their relationship. Rather, it was about the ripple effect of weak boundaries. It illuminated how unresolved issues at home can stifle growth. not just for the individual, but for anyone connected to them, like in my case. So, my friends, boundaries aren't merely about saying no. They are about embracing the opportunities that resonate with your values and foster your growth. Boundaries are um, like the roots of a tree. Without strong roots, the tree wavers in the wind, right? And just like the tree, if your home life lacks boundaries, your professional life can become unsustainable. So, my dear friends, let's take a moment to think. Is there an unresolved issue at home that is pulling your focus at work? Think about that one. What is one small step you can take today to address it? These two are very good questions. So think about them. Now, my friends, let me take you into my world. There was a time when my life felt like juggling flaming swords. Maybe you have crossed those valleys and know those feelings. This was one of my craziest and most productive times when I had two equally demanding jobs. I practically had to juggle my schedule while attending my postgraduate master classes, dealing with potential court hearings related to my divorce, and caring for my young Dora in the middle of it all. At work, as a new hire, they assigned me 1 week per month covering the evening shifts. I left work at 10 p.m. and in a rush drove to my parents' house to pick up my Dora, as they kindly picked her up from school, where she stayed from, you won't believe this, guys, 7:40 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yes, my friends, the queen of long hours that made me feel guilty every single day. My mother, who was helping with childcare, started questioning why I came home so late. Are you out partying? She asked. It stunned me because I was juggling responsibilities no one else saw. And I decided to set clear boundaries. And I told her, Mom, you can call the data center to verify I'm working late. But if this arrangement doesn't work for you, don't worry. I will find alternative care. She replied, No, I don't want the baby girl in someone else's house. Here is the best place for her. I agree, mother. Then you must trust me. Let me tell you, who can juggle two jobs, attend graduate classes, deal with a divorce, raise a baby, whom I pick up from your house at 10:30 p.m. and get to the school by 7:30 a.m. every day, and on top of that, go out partying every night? She nodded his head in agreement. Then she asked, if you leave the data center at 10 p.m. and get home by 10:15 p.m., how do you manage that? Okay, mom, you don't want to know, but some coworkers call me the vantage speedster. I was risking my life, guys. I became a driver expert, yes, but I was risking my life driving so fast to get her home as soon as possible. So, getting home after the evening shifts was a nightmare, and I felt more stressed by my mother's interactions than by my commitments. My mother's house was 4 minutes from the data center, and my house was 45 minutes from hers. And I had to get home to give the baby a bath and dinner. Many times, my friends, many times, my baby girl would be so tired that she fell asleep in the bath before I could finish. And after that, I would work on my master's projects so that the next day I could live like a speedster or rocket and start all over again. One of those impossible nights, my friends, I was driving to my parents' house, my mind racing with everything I had to juggle. Little did I know what awaited me. When I arrived, there they were, my father and brother, completely absorbed in the game, laughter echoing through the room. I glanced around, searching for my Dora. Where is she? Panic started creeping in as I realized she was nowhere in sight. Where's the girl? I asked. my voice tight with worry. They exchanged confused looks and then, in unison, exclaimed, "The girl!" That's when it hit me. How could I forget? Anger surged through me, and harsh words spilled out before I could stop them. I couldn't believe this. I dashed out the door, racing to find my Dora at her school. It was maybe around 11 p.m. What should I do? Who do I call? When I got to the school, I parked frantically at the door, anxiety scratching at my insides. How do I reach the principal? All I had was the school's phone number. My mind raced with worry. What if she is scared? What if she is alone? Where is she? Then, by chance, my eyes caught something on the door, a piece of paper flapping in the breeze. I jumped out of the car and rushed over. The note was for me. Since we could not reach any family members, we took your little one to have dinner. Please come back here and wait. Relief flooded in, but mixed with frustration. Frustration, my friends, is a frequent feeling when you lack boundaries at home. Well, that night, 1 hour later, when I was waiting, one of the longest hours of my life, the principal arrived with her family. And there was my Dora, shining with joy after enjoying a delicious dinner with the principal's daughter. That time she wasn't so tired, right? The sight of her smile melted away my anger. She looked so happy and carefree. To cope with this overwhelming schedule, it became absolutely necessary to set intentional and very clear boundaries with my parents. I had a candid and clear conversation with them about my expectations. I hired their care to take care of my Dora while I work, but my mother insisted that I bring her back to her house. This time, my friends, however, she respected my boundaries and space. That boundary, my friends, didn't just help me. It strengthened our relationship and gave me the mental space to focus on my work. Now, my dear friends, this is my boundary setting style. But you can learn to set boundaries in your own way, which is directly related to your personality and values. You can learn more about this in my book, The Boundaries Set Experience Starling, as there is too much to share in this episode. Ultimately, my friends, your boundaries will always be as healthy and strong as your values. As you can see, my dear friends, boundaries start with clarity. When you are clear on your values and priorities, you can set limits that align with them. For me, clarity meant knowing that my daughter's well being came first, but that my career commitments weren't negotiable either. Boundaries, my friends, without clarity are like a map without directions. You cannot reach your destination if you don't know where you are going, right? So, my dear friends, what can you do today with your boundaries? Here are 3 steps to start. Number one, identify your non negotiables. What are the values you absolutely cannot compromise? Write them down. I talk more about the power of non negotiables in my book. Number two, communicate clearly. Whether it's a partner, a friend, a parent, or a roommate, express what you need from them and why it matters. Number three, practice small wins. Start with one area where a boundary is weak. Maybe it's, I don't know, meal times or work hours, and focus on straightening it. Okay? When you approach boundaries with clarity, they stop feeling like restrictions and start feeling like pathways to success. And that feeling is awesome. Okay, my friends, now you are probably wondering, what about the chaos at home? Right? Copy this, my friends. It's not always about people failing us. It's about us failing to communicate our needs. Intentional boundaries and clear expectations can change the game. As I mentioned before in previous episodes, you can do this confidently when you know your values and who you are. So, my dear friends, what is one non negotiable boundaries you need to set at home to support your career goals? Think about this one. Boundaries, my friends, are like the guardrails of your life. Without them, everything spills over, creating stress, confusion, and resentment. But when they are clear, they protect what matters most and empower you to excel, both at home and at work. Copy this, my friends. Resilience begins with boundaries. And when you honor your boundaries, you honor yourself. Awesome, right? If this episode resonates with you, share it with your friends. And don't miss the chance to dive deeper into these strategies. Join the waiting list for my book, The Boundaries Reset Experience, Starling. You can find the button to join in the description and discover more about creating a life of clarity and balance. And while you are at it, check out my blog post, The Boundaries Reset Experience in the Workplace, for even more actionable strategies and insights. Okay, my friends? Mission accomplished. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay resilient, stay focused, and keep thriving. Strength and honor. See you in the end.